We're joined once again by Chronicle senior political writer Joe Garofoli on this race. If Alabamans today vote him in, will the Senate open arms?
That's what they said. That's what they said. They've said, the Republicans have said he will not be seated. He'll go through an ethics commission discussion, and we'll see. But that was 3 weeks ago when they said that. And if you win, the situation may change.
The newest polls we found from overnight had Doug Moore leading by 10 points. As we learned recently, polls don't always tell an accurate story.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what's happening in Alabama?
The answer is no, and no one can tell us what's happening in Alabama. There is a very little polling that goes on there, very little credible ongoing polling. It's not Iowa, it's not New Hampshire, and for one reason is it's a very ruby red state. I mean, this is like the opposite of California.
They've almost never needed polling.
They always knew it. There hasn't been a Democrat elected there as governor or to the U.S. Senate in 20 years. Trump won by 28%. It's a very, very red state. And plus, this is an election 2 weeks before Christmas. They expected the turnout to be 20 to 25%. And then, but for Jones to win, the Democrat to win, he's got to really thread a needle here. He has to win the African-American vote has to be 25%, and he has to win a third of the white voters. For perspective, Obama won 15% of the white voters when he ran for president there. So it's tough.
And what do you think finally persuaded President Trump to come out and endorse him? Because at first he was staying away, obviously. And then he came back and actually did a robocall and is now endorsing him fully. Yeah. What changed?
What changed is a couple of things. Number one, these guys are simpatico on all kinds of issues. They're one and the same on many issues, the border wall, immigration, such. He needs a Republican in the Senate. He's very plainly said that. He said, I need a Republican. We don't want someone who's with Chuck and Nancy. So that's his bottom line. And so they're really, and plus Steve Bannon has, the president's former top advisor, has said this is about Trump. We need to keep him, we need a Republican in here to support the president. So
because the agenda will take a hit.
The agenda could take a hit. I mean, now the margin is narrower. It'd be 51-49. All they need to do is, the Democrats would need to do is peel off a couple of Democrats, and they could, or Republicans, they could change the vote.
What about elections in the future? Let's say Roy Moore wins with all this, these allegations of sexual misconduct hanging over him, yet he wins a Senate race. And looking ahead down the road too, because just yesterday women were out there telling stories of harassment from President Trump. How does this affect elections in the future? Well, if Roy Moore wins,
Roy Moore wins, the message it sends is denied, denied, denied. If you're accused of any kind of sexual harassment, because this guy would win. President Trump denied, and he won. It's a message that's
Al Franken didn't deny, and he's out.
And he's out. Well, he kind of denied, but he's still out.
Right.
And so that's the message.
But there's two different strategies there. One from the Democratic Party, right? One from the Republican Party. It seems the Democrats are saying, taking the moral high ground and saying, even with allegations, not any crime committed, nothing in a court of law
yet.
Out.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Now there has been a Republican congressman who stepped down the other day, or promised to step down, but this is
from Arizona.
Yeah,
right.
from Arizona. But this is going to send a major message, I think, and I fear the bad one.
Does Roy Moore, is he ever able to move past this, or is this his headline forever?
Well, yes, this is his headline forever because things never go away. He also has a history of very conservative viewpoints, about homosexuals and slavery. He said the families got along better during slavery. It was some weird stuff out there.
If he does win, can he be an effective legislator?
He'll be a Republican vote. He'll be a reliable Republican vote. I don't think you're going to see him out there leading the charge in any kind of significant legislative changes, but he will be, what Trump wants, a reliable Republican vote.
Okay. Joe Garofoli, so much to talk about.
Joe.